Every time her parents drove to school to pick her up, it made her feel extremely embarrassed. Not only did they drive an old pickup truck, but they also always turned the stereo up to full volume. As if it were a mobile karaoke bar, her classmates would stare at them strangely. The girl quickly got into the car and turned down the volume, but her father would turn it back up again. However, he didn't do this to embarrass his daughter, but because both he and his wife were congenitally deaf. Their hearing isn't very sensitive. Seeing her classmates staring at them, the girl nervously pulled up her collar. But that wasn't the most embarrassing part for her. Her father once used profanity during a meeting, and had Ruby stand up to speak for him.
Suck my dick!
Not only that, but even when her father went to see a urologist, Ruby had to accompany him and act as a translator. To describe his embarrassing symptoms, Ruby quickly interrupted her father, saying, the doctor already understood his condition. The doctor advised her parents to pay attention to hygiene. Ruby's parents and older brother are all deaf and mute, but God had given her a special blessing, making her the only able-bodied person in the family. However, the cost of this blessing is immense. The family relies on fishing to make a living, and to help her parents go out to sea to fish, Ruby set her alarm for 3 a.m. The reason she went out to sea with them was because only she could use the radio, so their boat could be approved to go fishing. Even selling the fish had to be done by her. Ruby supported the entire family on her own. The morning's hustle and bustle left her exhausted. She didn't even have time to eat breakfast before rushing to school. Though life was tough and bitter, Ruby never complained.
Sadly, there was no amendment to protect the right to nap, Ruby. Hey!
She had grown accustomed to her classmates' mockery, but deep down, she felt deeply insecure. Ruby had secretly harbored feelings for a boy named Miles, but she lacked the courage to confess her feelings. To spend more time with Miles, when selecting elective courses, Ruby secretly enrolled in the choir with him. At that moment, she didn't know that this seemingly trivial decision would quietly change the course of her life, because she had always been ostracized by her classmates. She made a fool of herself in the first class. To assess the students' voices, the teacher asked them to sing a line from Happy Birthday. The students showed off their skills in their own ways, singing Happy Birthday as if they were in the finals of The Voice.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday
To you. Happy birthday, Mr. Bernardo. Happy birthday to you.
Seeing her classmates one more talented than the next, the already insecure Ruby became even more nervous when it was her turn to go on stage. She was so nervous she couldn't breathe, and didn't even have the courage to open her mouth. In the end, she chose to escape to protect herself. She went alone to the lake, and in this quiet little world where no one disturbed her, Ruby was finally able to breathe freely and rediscover her own self. Actually, Ruby still loved singing, and she was quite good at it, but her self-doubt prevented her from expressing herself. After thinking it over all night, the next day she approached her teacher alone. First, she apologized for running away the previous day. Fortunately, the teacher didn't dwell on it. Then Ruby shared her fears. After learning about Ruby's experience, the teacher used the inspiring story of musician Bob Dylan to encourage Ruby to muster the courage to use her voice to showcase the unique charm of freedom. The teacher's